Returning to Nuru's sanctuary with the orb of light, Kofi and Ayana felt a surge of relief and accomplishment. They had faced their fears and conquered the darkness within the forest, emerging stronger and more united than ever. But their celebration was short-lived. Nuru, his face etched with worry, greeted them with troubling news that cast a shadow over their victory. "The dark sorcerer you defeated was merely a pawn," Nuru explained, his voice heavy with concern. "A greater evil threatens us, a dark mage of immense power who seeks to shroud our world in eternal darkness. The balance of magic is at stake, and we must act swiftly." Kofi and Ayana, their hearts heavy with the gravity of Nuru's words, understood that their mission was far from over. They needed to rally support and prepare for the final confrontation. With Nuru's guidance, they set out on a journey across the land, visiting villages and kingdoms to gather allies for the impending battle. As they traveled, Kofi and Ayana's bond deepened. They spoke to elders and leaders, sharing their tale of the dark mage's threat and the need for unity. Their courage and determination inspired many to join their cause. Each new ally added strength to their growing army, and Kofi felt a renewed sense of purpose with every pledge of support. Along the way, Kofi and Ayana found moments of quiet amidst the chaos. They would steal away from the campfires to talk under the stars, sharing their hopes and fears. Their bond was no longer just one of friendship and mutual respect, it had blossomed into a deep, abiding love. Ayana's presence was a constant source of strength for Kofi, and he, in turn, became her rock in the storm. The closer they got to the final confrontation, the more Kofi began to understand the true extent of his powers. Nuru's teachings had prepared him well, but it was his heart that guided him. Ayana, always by his side, was not just a rival but a partner in every sense. Together, they forged a force capable of facing the darkness. The final battle loomed as Kofi, Ayana, and their allies marched towards the Dark Mage's fortress. The journey was perilous, filled with traps and ambushes designed to weaken their resolve. But Kofi, with Ayana by his side, led with courage and determination. As they approached the fortress, a dark cloud hung over the land, casting an ominous shadow. The air grew colder, and the very ground seemed to shudder under the weight of the Dark Mage's power. Their allies, a mix of villagers, warriors, and sorcerers, marched with grim determination. Each step forward was a testament to their bravery and the hope they carried in their hearts. The fortress, a looming structure of black stone, radiated malevolent energy. The Dark Mage awaited them, his eyes glowing with an unnatural light. The battle began with a deafening clash of forces, light against dark, hope against despair. The air crackled with magical energy, and the ground shook with the fury of the conflict. Kofi and Ayana fought with everything they had, their magic a dazzling display of light and energy. Ayana's spells were precise and powerful, her movements graceful and fluid. Kofi, drawing on the strength of their bond, unleashed a torrent of energy that pushed back the Dark Mage's forces. In the chaos of battle, their love became a beacon of strength, a light that guided their allies through the darkness. In the midst of the fray, Kofi found himself face to face with the Dark Mage. The Mage's eyes burned with hatred and power, and his voice echoed with malice. "You think you can defeat me, boy?" the mage taunted, his words dripping with venom. Kofi felt a moment of doubt, but then he looked to Ayana, her eyes filled with unwavering faith and love. Drawing on their connection, Kofi summoned the orb of light. Its radiant glow cut through the darkness, casting the battlefield in a brilliant light. Ayana, standing beside him, channeled her power into the orb, their combined strength overwhelming the dark mage's dark magic. The mage's form wavered, his power faltering under the relentless assault. With a final, mighty burst of energy, Kofi and Ayana unleashed the full power of the orb of light. The dark mage let out a furious scream as his form dissolved into shadows, the darkness lifting like a shroud from the land. The fortress crumbled, and the sky cleared, revealing the first light of dawn. The battle was won, but the cost had been great. As the sun rose, Kofi and Ayana stood together, their hearts filled with a mix of triumph and sorrow for those lost. Their journey had been long and arduous, but it had brought them closer than ever. In each other's arms, they found a love that was as powerful as the magic they wielded. The villagers and their allies celebrated, their cheers echoing across the land. The balance of magic had been restored, and peace had returned to their world. Kofi and Ayana, their bond unbreakable, looked to the future with hope and determination. Together, they had faced the darkness and emerged victorious, their love a beacon of light in a world that would never forget their heroism.